everyone. Welcome to tonight's episode of Crypto City. This is our season finale. We have just finished up season 5, which is pretty amazing. We're at episode 84. Thank you all for all of your support throughout the seasons. It has been super exciting getting to meet all of these different people that we've had on, all the things that we've learned, the episodes with the trainings, and all of the exciting things that we're watching people do here in the metaverse. And I am really grateful to all of you in the audience who show up every week to support and to ask questions of our guests and to, come on and offer up different people that you think would be worth bringing onto the show so that we can see what's really going on out there in the community. So thank you to all of you. This season, we started out with Metaverse VR, and he is just such a powerhouse, and he's been around forever doing things here in the metaverse, but also in real life as well. And some of the stuff that he's been doing has really crossed over some barriers that, for example, he's doing a lot of work with the holograms and the holographic stuff in New York, and he's working with film students at the SIC Film School. And actually, later this season, after he had come on, there was a young girl, 13 years old, who was the youngest person to produce a film coming out of the school. And it was just so impressive to see the work that is coming out from the stuff that he's involved in. In addition, he's also still doing stuff here in the metaverse, and he's about to launch his new world next week, right in Horizon Worlds for everyone. So keep your eyes open for the work that he's doing. For those of you who've been around since Altspace, you've seen some of the incredible 3D asset creations he has made. So he's not done. He's moving forward. He's doing a bunch of new things. So keep your eyes open for what comes next with him. The next week, we moved on to Dunderbuilds, who is actively involved in Horizon with the City of Atom. Now, the City of Atom, if you're not familiar, is a community that's been built right in Horizon Worlds. They've kind of brought a bunch of businesses from the community in and actually gone out into the physical world and recruited people from there to come bring stuff in, as in education resources. There's schools that are meeting in City of Atom to do work in there as well. And they're kind of trying to grow a society within Horizon Worlds that's pretty self-sustainable with different people in there. Some people are bringing in their IRL businesses. Some people are building new businesses within there. So that is also pretty exciting stuff to see Horizon Worlds moving forward. As we all know, just recently, Trimesh has become available over there. So some of the worlds that were pretty primitive, and actually Dunder is part of Primitive Shapes, that we've been doing everything over there, building in the headset. Now they have the capability to be doing far more with Trimesh, building in Unity and bringing stuff in. So everyone keep your eyes open for stuff in that realm as well. The third week, we brought on Black Sands. Black Sands is a powerhouse coming in here with these ideas to help people grow existing businesses. So, not so much for the entrepreneurs, but the people who are established and helping them move their business into the metaverse and flourish. She has a business called Idea to Empire, and she is available for people to come and approach if you're looking for ways to bring your business into the metaverse and really work with it to not only help it grow, but to bring the community into your business and help you interact with everybody. So she is actually also a longtime Metaverse community member and has, done a lot of things with building as well. So keep your eyes open for, if any of you are looking for a way into the metaverse with your physical world business, reach out to me and I can connect you with her, or just go right into Instagram and find Black Sands. And she is actually a really good resource for everyone. Just a quick reminder that all of these episodes that were on previously are in our Discord and on our YouTube channel. So if you're looking for contact information for any of these people that you would like to connect with, please go and check it out. Or you could always DM one of us from the show, but also you can, watch full episodes there if you did miss any of these. Next up, we had Lohman Creative Services. Bernice Lohman came on, and she's doing some really fun things. She's actually recently been being interviewed by a lot of people like Metaclean Rupert, and she was just on Burden of Proof. She is bringing the metaverse out to more underprivileged areas. For example, she actually has a program coming that she's already done that she's doing again in 2025, where she's bringing the VR metaverse worlds to Africa, to Kenya, to underprivileged areas, and helping them get to see some of this stuff and participate in programs so that they can have an equal share of working in the metaverse. She also put together a world for people to, it's called over in Horizon Worlds. She wrote a little book and she put it out there with worlds that teleport one page to the next. And it's called I Create, and it's for people that are trying to teach children to come in and create in the metaverse. Really cool world. If you haven't seen it, please go over and check it out in Horizon. This season, we did bring a lot of the Horizon people across the street over here to VR chat to kind of share resources, because we sometimes get, maybe pigeonholed in our little worlds of where we hang out. And it's great to be able to see what all the other platforms are doing as well. Then we kind of ventured into a very creative realm of the Zen Royals artists, and we brought them on, and they actually have a ton of musicians that Tink is actually leading up over there. And she's, we have Kawan, who's here in the audience right now, Mike Lowry, you've got the Bay Misses, and, Ramrock. They've all been part of this program that the Zen Royals has over there. She helps promote these artists. She helps create liaison bonds between different programs that already exist here in the metaverse that might be looking for performers to come on and do things with them. She's helping them self-promote. She's helping them grow and learn how to carry concerts and self-promotion here in the metaverse. So if you're a musician out here right now and you're looking for a way in to, start performing and things, you reach out to Tinkerlove 1980, and she can connect you, or look up the Zen Royals on Instagram, and she will help you grow and find your way to the right people for you to be connecting with in here. Whether she's bringing you into events such as in a couple of weeks, we have New Year's Eve. We'll talk a little bit more about that later, but she can get you involved in these programs so that you can have stage presence and time in here to get to know all of the key people that will help you promote yourself in here. Then the next episode this was at the suggestion of Blue Moon. It was a great idea to bring people back who had been on the show before. So we had Rex Exec come on and talk about the augmented reality glasses that he's working on creating new apps for. We had Yo Afro come on, and obviously she's doing big things in here, both with the Block Collective and with her own music in the metaverse. She does a lot over in Horizon, but she's also been doing a lot of things over in VR chat as well. She's been super busy the last few months, but she's going to be coming back strong in 2025. We also had Willow Moon Art come on, who does a lot of, she started out doing a lot of NFTs and 3D modeling. She's now doing animated 3D modeling and growing that. She's taken a lot of classes that have been available so she can keep developing. She's got a full animated caricatures that she's created out of 3D art that are both in 3D in the VR, and also augmented reality. So she's developing all of those skills, and she came on to kind of give us a heads up as to, I'm still learning. I'm still taking classes, and I'm getting really comfortable with doing all of this stuff and watching it grow. And she has plans to create a world here in VR where she will bring all of these animated characters in, make it super entertaining for all of us. We also had Mystic Spirit Music Group come back on. Mystic is amazing. She is doing a lot with music IRL, and she's also brought her daughter, who's one of her clients, into VR and had her perform in here. She has also, done some concerts in real life that she's got footage for and shared with everybody. And then we had African Princess come on, and African Princess was a longtime creator with her partner King. They made a lot of worlds. They're still building worlds right now. She took a little break to do some stuff IRL, but she's coming back strong in 2025. And she's actually made some new worlds recently that she launched over in Horizon. So everyone, please, look her up. Check out this stuff. Again, go on, check them out on Instagram so you can find their contact information and make sure that you go check out their worlds. And Boss Leo from the Diamond Resilience, which we'll also talk about a little bit more later. The Diamond Resilience is a project that Boss Leo has started in here where she is helping entrepreneurs get their feet firmly entrenched in the metaverse. She herself was working a 9-to-5 job, decided she just didn't want to do that anymore. She wanted to grow within the metaverse, and she shifted gears and, left the job she was in to take a different one that gave her more flexibility so she could come in here and spend the time growing her own brand as well as helping young entrepreneurs come in here. And like Jeremiah, who builds different 3D assets, such as the wings. He was on last season. She's working with a lot of different people in Horizon to help them get the business sense to really, not just monetize, which of course that's part of it, but she's also trying very hard to get people to understand how to do business within the metaverse, how to come in here and make a presence and make yourself known, because it isn't just about coming in here with a great idea. You need to know who the proper people are to connect with. And, exactly what are you going to do? Firmly decide, this is what I want to do. And if you shift it down the road, that's okay. But you really need to come in with a game plan in order to grow. From there, we actually had our first training session for this season, which was DJ Marcus, who taught us visual scripting. He kind of came in and talked to us about doing the scripting where you have the nodes, which you can have switches to turn things on and off, create different things that will happen in a world. If I stand on this platform, I turn on an amplify zone. If I step off the platform, my voice goes away. And he did a full example of that. The entire training session is available online if you want to learn how to create amplify zones. DJ Marcus is also pretty much always here in the community. And if you're serious about wanting to learn how to do certain things, he will connect with you and he will give you the guidance and point you in the right direction, whether it's something that he will actually be able to work with you on, or if he says, you know what, the right person for you is over here. Let me give you their contact information, make an introduction, and put you into who you need to speak with. DJ Marcus is an integral part of not only the community in general, but also Crypto City. He's running our camera system right now. He's also running Mr. Block Party Radio, and he is doing a movie right now. So we'll talk about him a little bit more after, but he's doing all these different things and take time out to come and do training for us as well. From there, we ventured on to Mr. Waterloon. He does Waterloon Productions over in Horizon. Again, we did try to bring a lot of Horizon people over to VR chat this season so that we could kind of have some new blood over here, but also so they could get more acclimated to how VR chat works, because sometimes, again, you don't cross the street to go back and forth with the platforms. And a lot of the people who came over from Horizon this season really liked what they saw over here and are now doing things cross-platform. It's great to see that. Likewise, a lot of the people in VR chat have jumped over to Horizon this season and started doing more over there. But Mr. Waterloo is now, to give a little update. So he does a lot of movie productions over there. He's actually doing a show right now with Ramrock and Lady Lefty. And, they're doing a show called Lady in Rock that's about to kick off. They just did some casting calls. So check that out. It's going to be hitting very soon. He also has his feature character, Raggedy Raw, who, if you have not met Raggedy Raw, you will never forget him once you've met him. Definitely a humorous character, very rough around the edges, but totally, brings a presence that you do not forget. So check out his productions, really interesting characters, and really trying to bring entertainment into the metaverse. From there, we actually had Cheryl, who's here in the audience, with Black Storm Boss. These are two friends that met here in the metaverse. They just vibed really well, building worlds, both of them, and decided to do some projects together, as well as the projects that they have by themselves. And they found that their partnership really worked well. They have coming up a gospel competition coming up for singing in here in the metaverse. And, they do a lot of different work together. They have a nightclub, they have a lounge, they do a lot of beautiful worlds that, if you haven't seen them, talk to Cheryl. She can give you a nice little tour. She's always in Horizon worlds, bouncing around. If she sees you in there and she's friends with you, she'll jump over to say hello. Very good community team members, throws birthday parties for people who are in the community. Definitely always trying to bring people together and continue that community vibe, which we very much appreciate. From there, we had Venue GPS come on. Now, Venue has been working for a very long time. I think it's about 20 years, bringing this app to not just the metaverse. He's doing this out in the real world. So this is something where he has taken venues and event spaces for in the whole US and made an app where, if you're traveling, you can go in and say, I'm looking for a great entertainment spot tonight. I'm looking for where concerts are happening. I'm looking for restaurants. I'm looking for different things within major cities across the US. And just recently, he has now ventured out into other countries. I believe there's about 8 countries that are launching right now. And he's doing great things with this, but he also wanted to bring the integration of the metaverse into it. So he has gone and created a tab within the app for metaverse events that are on the regular. So Crypto City is featured in there. He's got a bunch of things over in Horizon Worlds. He's got tabs for both VRC and Horizon Worlds right now, venturing out into other metaverse platforms. So if you have a show that is on regularly that you want to see featured, reach out to Venue, because people in the real world who are not in the metaverse can browse through that and see it, and they can actually access different platforms directly through there. So definitely take a look at the app if you haven't already downloaded it. I know a lot of people here in the audience have already, are on board with it, have already downloaded it. If you haven't, definitely go to the App Store, download it, check it out. If you have questions on it, you can always reach out to him and he'll help you. There's also a tutorial built into it. Then we go to our second training, which was Second Life. Rich came on and did a training for us with AI bots for websites. So he talked about how to use AI to create a good customer experience of bringing, people in, and, someone goes on your website and they give a comment and it's like, I love your website. This is great. This is great. Your product is amazing. I bought it. I love it, blah, blah, blah. it will funnel that and say, okay, this was positive. We can have this feature directly onto our review page. It can have another feature where somebody comes on and says, hey, I have questions. I'm trying to buy a product and I need to know more. And it will say, okay, this one needs to go into the email for whoever's handling the customer service. Likewise, somebody comes on and says, I'm not happy with the product that I received or the customer service that I got. It can filter that and flag it as, this needs immediate attention and send it through to either a text or an email to whoever's handling the feedback and say, we need an answer to this right away. This is potentially, dangerous for our business because somebody is unhappy. Let's handle them, make them happy, whether we need to replace the product, we need to talk to them and explain why the situation happened, or we just need to smooth it out and say to them, we're sorry this happened. Let us make it right for you and get that customer back onto someone who potentially give us a good review right down the road. So again, all the training, all of the information on how to do this is online, both in YouTube and in Discord. So if you have interest in learning you could potentially integrate that to your website, reach out and take a look at the episode. Next up, we had Ty Sky, the DJ, who is much more than just a DJ. He is actually DJing in here on the regular for Kip here in the audience, who's also our sponsor and our world builder, who has a nightclub called Sky Song. It's an adult nightclub that comes on twice a week, and Ty Sky DJs over there pretty regularly. He also does productions, full-on movie productions right here in the metaverse. He's doing a lot of different things and juggling a lot of hats, but he's doing it well. And if you're interested in potentially, finding out more about that, and maybe there's a production that he's doing that you might want to be integrated into, feel free to reach out to him. He's definitely a community member that wants to grow within the community. So, we love people coming into VR and learning more about, wow, okay, you've got a club, you've got a podcast, you're doing a karaoke show, you are, having a game show, whatever the things are that people are doing in here. We love that, people want to be more involved, and the people who are already fully entrenched here in the metaverse, we want, the people coming in to feel welcomed into what already exists. And, for any of you out there that are, creating things such as these productions, nightclubs, any of that, pay attention to who your audience is when they come in, because if it's somebody that you haven't seen before, who knows? They could be the next best thing. They could be somebody with some serious potential. So if you hear them asking questions, how do I get more involved in this? Welcome them in and, try to help them get more involved. It's a great thing for all of us all the way around, because you never know. You never know. They might be able to benefit you as well as help themselves grow. We then brought on People's Publicist. Now, she is doing a little bit of PR work in real life. She's doing it here in the metaverse. She's trying to find brands in here that want to grow and help them, learn how to market themselves within the metaverse. She's often over in Horizon Worlds, and she's part of a couple of different groups as well. She is part of Sisters for Sisters, which is also with Tinker Love. It's a podcast show that they have on each week, and she's actively involved with that. It's usually on Wednesday nights. So, she's kind of come in and found her niche, and she's trying to, spread herself around to working with different people. And, she takes on clients within the metaverse. And sometimes, we kind of asked her, what happens when you bring on two clients that might be competing? And she's like, she talked about the confidentiality, how they work with that. She also talked about how to figure out the best way to market each one of them. You could be doing the same type of thing, but maybe your let's say you're a DJ. Maybe you're an EDM DJ and you are a hip hop DJ. Maybe you go in different directions. Maybe you're in here doing accounting and you want to promote your business and you're over here doing strictly just taxes. So there's different ways to market different businesses that could be similar in nature. And she does a very good job of working with people to make sure she's keeping them on the right path. From there, we had Planet Laura. So this woman, Laura, came on and she's been doing a lot in the metaverse for a very long time. And I had no idea who she was. I just happened to stumble across her and I loved her vibe. I loved the things that she was doing. She actually is very community oriented and created a world called the Quantum Dream Book. And it was supposed to be a place of inspiration for creators who might hit creators block, which happens to writers, it happens to artists, it happens to all types of creators. And she went in there and just created a world that was supposed to be just beautiful and inspirational, that you could go in and maybe meditate and find your peace and calm and get recentered here in the metaverse. But she also has done quite a bit of other things with outside productions. She's dealing with a lot of CEOs and executives of real businesses out in the real physical world that are doing, full on productions, whether it is TV or video productions. So she's got a lot of connections in the real world, and she's showing how to do the integration from real world to the metaverse. So she's also somebody to keep your eye on, both, right now, if you're looking to grow within entertainment, she would be the one that you might want to reach out to. From there, we had another training with Venue GPS and G-Deuce. And they came on and talked about their new show, Entrepreneurial Edge, which is coming on twice a month. And I feel like they are the people you want to reach out to if you want to know business-wise how to bring your business in and follow the proper channels. So Venue GPS, he talked about learning that, if you're really trying to do this, there's going to be some sacrifice. You have to be fully entrenched in, maybe I can't spend all my nights in here world hopping and having fun and hanging out with my friends. I need to focus and I need to get some work done in here. He also talked about how bringing business into here can potentially alienate you from some of your real world people. So you have to have a good amount of balance so that you don't do that. G-Deuce talked a lot about, doing the business end of it, setting up and incorporating, making sure you're doing things properly for the tax purposes, making sure you stay on track. So whatever business you bring in here and any business dealings you have with people, whether it's in the metaverse or in real life, because, for example, she has a tax and financial service. When she's doing business with her real life people, she may integrate meeting with them here in the metaverse because it's easier to come online instead of having people, have to drive to you in the physical world. But at the same time, you have to follow a lot of protocols and a lot of rules and laws for your area. You also have to make sure you do maintain, again, confidentiality. So when you're working with people and you're bringing your entrepreneurial business in, you have a lot more reach within the metaverse, but you have to remember that there are still rules. It's not a free for all in here. You can't just come in here and be like, okay, I'm going to do business. I'm going to make a ton of money. No one's going to know about it. And that's not how it works, because you have to remember some people who might do business with you are going to report for their own tax purposes that they paid you this money. And they're going to fill out this information. So you need to make sure you're doing your business properly on the other end. From there, we had DJ Fade Game come on. So DJ Fade Game was really interesting because most people are bringing their business into the metaverse. Instead, he came in as a world hopper, a visitor, someone who came in for the social aspect of it. And he decided he wanted to learn how to DJ. And he learned that in the metaverse and started DJing events, started working over in Horizon, and he started doing a lot of different things where he learned skills here and then said, you know what? I want to try my hand at DJing in the physical world, in the real life. So he actually took those skills and brought them out. He's only done it a little bit in real world, but he's planning on growing that as well. He also talked about how when he came in here and he was trying to learn how to do this stuff, like DJ Marcus was one of the resources that he went to and said, hey, I'm doing this and it's not working. How do I make it better? So he came in and took the initiative to reach out to people in the community he thought could help him, which is a lesson learned to all of us. None of us are coming in here with all the answers, because even if you know exactly how to do your business or your line of work, coming into the metaverse has its challenges. And there are people who've been here longer who have been doing it, or people who may have stumbled across a solution that are great resources for you within the metaverse. So just remember that. And, he's a good example of learning something and running with it and growing with it. It's pretty cool. So, he's working with Indie Tours over in Horizon as their dedicated DJ, but he's also branching out and having some nights where he's just hosting his own shows and events. So he's definitely somebody who brings a lot of vibrancy to the stage. So when he's DJing, if you jump in, you're gonna get the vibe going from that event. And that brings us to last week, where we had our final training for the season with DJ Marcus again. And this time it was text scripting using GPT. So he showed us how to use AI and Chat GPT to create a script that you can incorporate into your world, and then, try to feed it the information of what you want it to happen. It will kick out a script to you. You can incorporate it through Unity into your world. And then if it's not working properly, go back to ChatGPT and say, okay, this is where it's not working properly. Now, remember that a lot of what works and doesn't work is because you may have not asked the right questions or given it the right set of instructions to begin with. And sometimes you don't know that until you've uploaded it and tested it. So he showed us how that happens, how he can give it the instructions, it creates the script, integrate it into the world, go to do it. And his was actually, having things change colors from green to red. And he used the same simple script to create a maze. And as you're stepping on the things, it's changing on a certain time pattern. And you have to stay on the green to get through, but you can't just stand still. You got to do it before it changes to the red. And he showed us how to get ChatGPT to kick this script out to us. Now, in theory, for his example, it was for a maze and you were trying to get across a timed platform. But this same exact script that makes lights change could also be used, we talked about, for maybe a dance floor in a nightclub. It could also be used for other things where you are trying to give right or wrong answers. Somebody's sitting on a platform. Somebody over there could be pressing a button. If the answer is right, it's green. If the answer is wrong, it's red. And you could use that for a game show panel. So there's lots of different use cases for these scripts that he was teaching us to use. So again, these are people within our community taking time to come out here and teach us how to do different things. And that brings us to, where we are right now, which is the finale of season 5. We're already ramped up for season 6, which is going to start on January 6th. So we're only going to have a couple weeks off this time in between seasons. And that's actually to, go through the holiday season, give us time to revamp a few things here. But what we're looking for, we've already got a bunch of people lined up for season 6. We're going to be coming out strong. I'm actually going to let a little cat out of the bag, but we're starting out with Boo Bangers as our season opener, who does the sampler, and he's got a ton of things that he wants to talk about to kick off our season. We have a bunch of people lined up already going into February. So we've got a lot coming, but we are always looking for more people to come on and, talk about their business, talk about their experiences, talk about things that they're learning. It's not just about, hey, look, I've got a business, I'm doing this. We want to hear how you learned how to do different things. Come on and bring us those resources. If you know of someone you think is a good fit, please reach out to me because I would love to bring people on. If you know someone that you think would be a good trainer, if you yourself think you could be a good trainer for an episode, reach out to me. We are all about bringing the community onto the stage and bringing them into this show. We want to share your experiences. We want to hear your experiences, and we want to help other people figure out how to make their own experience. So I also want to take this time right now to acknowledge our team. You see them up here on the screen. I am so grateful to the people we have here working at Crypto City. From Blue Moon, who's been with us since day one. She is doing so many things behind the scene, mostly because she refuses to come up stage and be on camera. But she is doing all these slideshows that you see every week. She's giving ideas. She's watching the stage and coming up with, hey, this was a little glitch, we need to adjust. She is always listening for the audio issues. She is always trying to improve our show, and I'm super grateful for having her with us on the team. So thank you, Blue Moon, for 5 seasons so far, and hopefully many more to go. We have Loudfire, who's not with us tonight, but she is always doing crowd control and, getting everybody pumped up before the show. She is always making sure that we keep, the trolls at bay and keep this show running and being produced in a very professional manner. Then we have DJ Marcus, who joined as an official member of the team this season, even though he's been helping us out with marketing and everything else for a very long time. But he has created this amazing, elaborate camera system for us. If you watch these shows after the fact on YouTube, you will see that all of you in the audience are in clips of the show. He is, switching camera angles from the guests to the slides to myself when we're sitting talking. He has put together, if you could see how insane this camera system is and the control board, there are, I don't know exactly how many camera angles there are, but I'm pretty sure it's in the 40s. That's how intense this is. And he's now making some of these camera systems available to people in the community. So if you are looking for an elaborate camera system, talk to DJ Marcus. If you have a show, if you have an event and you want to capture things like that, please reach out to him. Pretty amazing stuff that he's doing. And that brings us to Kip, who built this world, updates this world, jumps in when we're having technical issues, even like call up and I'm like, Kip, help, we're panicking, there's something not happening, and the show starts in 15 minutes, and he will jump in the headset, come in here and work on it with us. He's been incredible asset to the team, super grateful for all that he does. And, all of the people here up on the stage, that you see on the screen, are super amazingly dedicated, and I'm very, very grateful for them. Which brings us to our sponsors. And our sponsors, that's what helps us do all of these improvements to Crypto City, to bringing trainers on. All of the sponsorship that we get here helps us keep that going. And we are very grateful. We have DJ Marcus, as we've already talked about. The camera system he's given us is invaluable. He's doing plenty of things out there, as we talked about earlier, between bringing the community together with this movie that he's doing, and Mr. Block Party Radio, the block party that he does once a month as a fun event, in also helping mentor people within the community. Again, Kip, with all the stuff he's doing here, also has his Patreon where he's building all these different worlds. And he's doing assets with his incredible shoes that he creates that he's also now featuring over in Second Life. So he's doing a lot of different things to grow his skills and make the world's more enjoyable environments. We have Cybershay, who joined us, and Cybershay is an incredible example of someone who came into the metaverse and has continued to learn. Every single time I talk to her, she's taking more classes. She is growing her skill set tenfold. She's joining with the Block Collective. She's joining with Iced Out Thursdays. She's doing all these different things within the metaverse to better herself and help others. So we're grateful to have her as a sponsor as well. Then we go to the virtual fitness group led by Fuchsia, because she created this for the community, to help the community come together for better health and fitness. But she's also made this a self-led group where everyone can come in and start multiplayer group sessions at any given time all over the world. We have people in Europe, we have people in Asia, we have people in Africa and Australia and in the US and Central and South America, everywhere can join this group. And she also, helps people, bridge that gap between the dredges of, I need to work out, I need to lose weight, but I don't want to do this, to, hey, we're having friendly competition. Come in here. It's motivational. We have people in there who are also doing it for their health. We have cancer survivors and we have cancer patients working out to better themselves. So thank you, Fuchsia, for what you do to help the community in a healthy aspect. And then we have Sato Mora, who is doing graphic novels they're actually live now. If you've been following along with him, he created a bunch of stuff filmed and based here in VR chat. Really cool stuff. Great guy, and really trying to develop his skills to make something really cool out of the metaverse. Then we go to the Zen Royals, which we talked about earlier, led by Tink. Such an incredibly great group. They're joining forces with a lot of other people here, including what's coming up. Tink is helping out with New Year's Eve. New Year's Eve in the metaverse is an incredible event. It's so much fun. We get so many people who come through there. It's based in Times Square. If you're not familiar with it, definitely pop in if you're home on New Year's Eve. Kip builds the world. Marcus is working on a bunch of the logistics. I'm helping out with the entertainment and the hosting. So much fun. We have VIP sections. If you're interested, you can even have your own little section in VIP where you and your friends can hang out, come out, watch the ball drop, go back in and have your own private little area. It's so cool. So definitely come check that out. But Tink is actively helping out by bringing in her artist that I told you she works with, Kawan, who's here in the audience. He's also going to be one of the ones performing. It's going to be amazing. So definitely join us. Then we go to the Diamond Resilience. Again, we talked about Boss Leo and what she's doing over there with entrepreneurs. Check it out. It's pretty cool. She hosts monthly events for networking as well. She has a white elephant event she does where in December where people actually offer up gifts of their services, trade off with other people. So, somebody might come in and be a marketing person. Somebody over here is starting their business. They trade services to help each other out. HumAI and Lux VR headed up by Second Life Rich, who did a bunch of training for us in here. Second Life Rich is doing Lux VR, which hosts Iced Out Thursdays. He's also doing HumAI, which teaches classes in WordPress. It teaches people AI. It's teaching people all types of different technical skills behind the scenes. So if you're interested in learning more of that stuff, he hosts them in Horizon work groups, which is amazing. So you can actually sit there around the table, throw ideas at each other, talk to each other, learn skills. He's an amazing instructor. Definitely check him out. That takes us to Sisters for Sisters, who we talked about also is run by Tink. It's a podcast that's on weekly. Check them out. It's a great podcast. They tackle, items that are real world issues that are also affecting people here in the metaverse. And, it's entertaining. It's funny. There's a lot of things going on there. Sometimes they're serious. It can get heated. It can also produce a lot of laughs. Great podcast. Check it out. Venue GPS came on and told you about his app, and he's joined forces with Barra Financial Services for this new entrepreneurial edge. Great show. Check it out. And And G Deuce also offering her financial services in here. She doesn't only do taxes and accounting services, she does a lot with grant writing. So for those of you who might have nonprofits or are looking for grants for your businesses, talk to her. She's a great resource. All of these people have helped us be starting from season 1. We've accumulated all of these sponsors. I'm so grateful for all of them joining us. They believe in what we're doing and they want to see us succeed. So thank you to all of you who are sponsoring. Thank you to our team. Thank you to all of you here in the audience and all of you who listen in. I appreciate all of you. And I am super excited to see you all back here in season 6 on January 6th. And I just can't wait to see all of you there. So thank you all for being here tonight. And thank you for coming to our season finale. Thank you.